Hip-hop. Anonymous.
Saturdays.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sapo Saturdays. You got your boy AP Froggy, the one and only Bingus Frog.
Ribbit, y'all.
And we have Mr. A-Bomb, a.k.a. Doc Froggleday.
Let's get it hopping in this motherfucker.
What's going on, y'all? Thank you for joining us on this beautiful Saturday. And, you know, beautiful is a relative term. It's raining here in Southern California, which they say it never rains in Southern California. So it's kind of nice, and I think it's beautiful.
I missed the gloom.
Yeah. I was actually just saying yesterday, you know, someone was like visiting from out of town, and they're like, oh, it's gorgeous, and it's what's the weather like usually? I'm like, yeah, it's usually like this every fucking day.
Like pretty much every day.
Every day.
It's Groundhog
Yeah,
Day.
and they're like, wow, very jealous. And I'm like, yeah, you know, it's cool, but I like the seasons. I like a bit of rain every now and again. It's refreshing.
And that's what was nice. I was actually in Virginia, and I got to walk around a nice brisk fall day. Every now and again, the leaves were changing, and that was something I missed coming from Michigan.
I mean, let's be honest, right? If you're in Frogland and you're in the desert biome, right? You're not going to stay in the desert biome. You're going to explore the other biomes because you want to see the different, you know, seasons.
Definitely going to the beach to surf for sure.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. So,
then
you know.
at the same time, when we get that frog copter, you know, we're going to fly over to the mountains, do some snowboarding same
Beautiful
day.
thing.
So
we're going to go like banking through like the mountains like Top Gun style.
Let's do it.
And
I'm
I
so
cannot
ready.
wait to be flying through Frogland. All right, we are Sapo Studios. Our goal is to bring the majority of profits and ownership rights back into the hands of musicians. We operate under the umbrella of the Notorious Frog NFT project, aka Frogland. Do your own research, but get involved. We have plans to unveil a marketplace where you can buy and sell stems and do a whole lot more. But until then, we're jamming with artists, chatting it up with them about music, life, and NFTs. Today, we have Ashton with us. What's going on, Ashton?
What is up, brother?
Man, what is going on, y'all?
Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to let ASAP start this because I want to hear how the two of you even met and you know, how you got here today.
He's always got some sort of Willy Wonka story of how he fell into a hole and met some person. So I'm interested as well.
Well, it's very interesting. Like I was just saying, I was in Virginia, right? I was leaving my hotel, and I hear some humming.
The voice of an angel.
Yeah, so I hear some humming. I'm like, okay, like maybe I'm not going to leave the hotel quite yet. And I heard him humming again.
I love this inspirational music you have in the background as you're saying this. Like, I heard the humming, and I was going to leave, but I decided to stay.
And I mean, but that, because, you know, and then I was like, that's no normal humming. And then, you know, in the back of my mind is like Sapo Studios, so I'm kind of like, you know what? I'm just going to ask this gentleman if he's a musician. So I asked him, said, sir, are you a musician? He said, yes, we all are. And kind of pointed to a group of people in the lobby. And they were all on tour with an Aretha Franklin, which I'll let Ashton kind of touch on that.
Ooh, R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
But yeah.
And that is the exact name of the show.
Awesome. Okay.
Let's go.
So then we quickly exchanged phone numbers. I go to the airport later that night. Security's closed because the flight was delayed until like almost midnight. Where I'm in Richmond, Virginia, airport super small. Go to security and they're like, there's no TSA agents, can't get through. So have to stay the night in Virginia. Get a little tipsy.
And just a side note, what's funny about that to me is that like you're bad about making it to the airport on time as it is. So like even when you get there on time, you can't catch a fucking flight.
I was there 2 hours before the midnight flight. I was there like 10 p.m.
You're a mess.
But they closed the TSA at 8 p.m.
Absolute mess.
It's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
But, so anyways, like, when I go back to my hotel, guess who's sitting at the bar? Ashton. It's like, oh, what's up, man? I'm like, you're the dude I saw in the lobby earlier. And that's like when we really kind of started talking about musicianship and life and kind of NFTs and whatnot.
Oh, so you had this podcast already?
Yes. Wish we could have recorded it, but we didn't. So Ashton, welcome, man. Welcome.
What was Ashton? First
Thank
of
you
all,
for having me.
Thank you for being here. What was your first, I guess, feeling?
Impression of this crazy guy
Yeah.
that just, are you a musician?
Yeah. How was that?
Well, let me just say, I'm literally driving to Indiana right now, so if I get spotty, just forgive me. It's just a weird spot that I'm in, literally on the highway. But yeah, I came in. We had just checked into the hotel. We had a show that night, and I just sing all the time, everywhere. So I was just doing my normal thing, and I kind of peeped David in my periphery, just singing. I mean, just watching me as I walked by, and I was like, okay, it's nothing out of the ordinary to me, because whenever I sing, I always end up seeing people's heads turn, and he just kind of asked for my information, and that was that. I've always been kind of interested in NFTs, for these last couple of months, and just thinking about ways to get into it. It's just it just feels like so much for me to take in and learn and understand, and a lot of investment. So I was really interested in chatting it up with him and seeing what he had to say, and then he invited me to be here. So here I am.
Tell us a little bit about this Aretha Franklin show that you're in. Is that sort of just a showcase of her songs, or is there some sort of a story involved that tells a little bit of her life?
Yeah, so essentially it's we like to call it a theatrical concert. So it's not a play, and it's not a straightforward concert. We actually kind of narrate her life. So I play one of 3 hosts of the evening, and we're basically storytellers. We kind of narrate her life musically and interweave certain songs, kind of in chronological order, but not really. But yeah, it's really just a theatrical concert show.
How did you get involved with that?
Interestingly enough, one of my friends, I always like to tell the story. One of my friends hit me on a Sunday, and apparently that was the last day to submit for auditions. So he was like, yo, I saw this, I thought of you, and I wanted to send it your way. And I was like, all right, cool. I had some things going on that day just because I'm just kind of a moving chick. I like to move around. I'm from New York, so there's always
New York
in
the house. Let's
certain network
go.
of friends that I hang with. So we had things that were going on that particular Sunday. Hopefully you can hear me. Am I
Yeah,
am I
no,
sounding
you're
okay?
good. You're good.
Still good.
Yeah, you're
Cool.
crispy,
Yeah.
baby.
So he hit me, and I was like, I'll get to it later. And then maybe 2 hours later, another friend who does not know the first friend messaged me on Facebook Messenger. It was just like, yeah, I saw this and I thought of you. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I should do this shit. And I did an audition. They hit me back the next day and was like, yo, we'd love for you to send in another audition tape, specifically for X role. I didn't have the time to do it that particular day. I went out the night before. I was kind of hungover, and I was like, man, I'm not gonna have time to do this. I stay with my grandmother, so it's kind of hard to record sometimes. I don't like to really shut her up in the room,
Right.
So I'm like, I just missed the opportunity for this. So a week goes by. The producers hit me back in email like, hey, we didn't get an audition from you, and one of the producers would also like to hear you sing this. So I was like, well, maybe I should just submit for this, and submitted and went through some different rounds of auditioning process, and then I got it.
That's awesome. And it sounded like the universe was poking you at every angle to get involved with this.
It was fucking
Essentially.
dragging him to it. His two friends that don't know each other, hey, bro, this is definitely you, man. Go get it. And he does it, and they like it. And then from there, it's like, okay, well, I get it. Life happens and whatnot. But then the producers literally hit you back up because they have your contact now with the first audition you sent in. And there you go.
Awesome.
Quite literally a week later. So
Amazing.
It was meant to be.
Well, you must have some pipes, so I kind of, is that okay, Bingus?
Yeah.
We
Let's
bring
go
up-
ahead and feature one of the songs you sent us. Is there a particular song you'd like us to play first?
Let's start with Steal Away. This particular song is kind of racking up streams right now. It's over 25,000 streams. I don't even know how.
Ooh, let's go.
Good for you.
But yeah, Steal Away.
Excellent.
All right, guys.
Let's run it.
Steal away. Let's go.
Turn the page, I look away from yesterday. It's all in the past, but eventually it catches me, and I don't wanna go back. But those crazy everything that went bad in the past. I don't wanna go back there. It's a place filled with memories. I would rather stay right here, peacefully. That's why I just can't go back. Catching all the pain in the process. I should know that living in the past can steal away, steal away, steal away. Can't let it, can't let it, can't let it go. Steal away, steal away. Baby, 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 I've been thinking about it in the worst way. I've been going through it, having bad days. Drinking in the dark till the pain fades. On a runaway train, but I don't wanna go insane, so I gotta get back. I can't afford to lose track. I don't wanna go back there. It's a place filled with memories. I would rather stay right here, peacefully. That's why I just can't go back. Catching all the pain in the process. I should know that living in the past can steal away, steal away, steal away. Can't let it, can't let it, can't let it know. Steal away, no. Don't wanna go back, 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 no. I just can't go back. Catching all the pain in the process. I should know that living in the past can steal away, steal away. I can't let it steal
Well, I can absolutely see why the streams are going off the chain for that, because
Ashton,
how silky smooth was that?
No, dude, that was some straight heat, man. That
Bro.
was. I love the harmonizing and of different. I'm horrible. I'm not a musician. The different tones or
We're
notes.
talking right.
But yeah, that was great, man. Where did you? I'll let Bingus lead it. Let Bingus get it. He's the
Well,
proper interviewer.
I guess my first question is, do you write your own lyrics, or is that something that somebody else does?
I do write my own lyrics, yes.
Ashton, the message in that song, I think, resonates with
Yeah.
all of us sitting at this table right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I
So-
think. Sorry.
No,
Please.
dude. Yeah, continue, please.
I know I have been a dweller in the past, someone who kind of just like, goes over certain situations in my mind and just like, I wish I could have did that better. I wish I could have or would have done this. And, honestly, it's just a waste of time, and it steals you away from, the present and, working towards doing better in the future. So that's essentially what the song is about.
Yeah, and that's something that I think probably resonates with a lot of people. And I'm curious, as someone who writes their own lyrics and can connect so deeply with that message because it's your message, do you feel like artists that don't write their own stuff are less connected to their music and the music isn't as good as a result, or can you still make that same connection if it's not coming from you?
I definitely think you can make that same connection. There's so many artists over time that we've seen kind of the same things. Like, Whitney Houston is one of those artists who was able to just take songs and like literally make them her own.
Yeah,
and
you
bring
can't say
a
Whitney
certain
didn't feel it.
emotion to it. Yeah, absolutely. And I just think her prowess as a vocalist, it was, something that like, it made you listen. It invoked certain feelings. So I do think it is possible. But, writing is just just another outlet for me.
Absolutely. And do you produce your own beats, or did somebody else create that?
I have in the past with some of my past music, and I'm also involved. I'm heavily involved in my music. Like as far as the sonics and the message and how I want the song to feel. Like I'm really involved in that process. I'm working currently with a group, Black Mercy, out of Brooklyn and Queens. Engineers, producers, musicians, and one of the producers from that group, his name is Jimmy Jones. He produced that particular record. It's actually his record. He asked me to be on it. He's like, man, I would love for you to write it. And funny enough, he's the one who actually named the record. Like the actual track was named Steal Away. And for these 3 songs that you may play, or 2, whatever, however many, he actually named those beats. So I just wrote songs around the title.
Yo,
interesting.
I fucking dig that, bro.
That's
pretty cool.
As minimal of a musician that I am, I grew up with these Tongans, like these Polynesian folks that I was very good friends with, and they would always jam on these ukuleles, right? And they'd have different sort of strums and different vibes that would come with that. And we would just like freestyle and shit. And it was interesting because they'd be like, "Hey, Bon, what's this one about?" And I'd be like, "Dude, this is the heartbreak." I'd be like, "This is a sunny day." You know what I mean? Like whatever it is, and like, and we just get down on
that
it.
was
You know,
like the theme of the song.
Yeah, I've never heard that a producer or the engineer of the beat naming the beat, and that sort of like, and did that help to incentivize what you wrote then, or did you just really just still stick with just the music?
It did. Honestly, like, it's such a common practice for producers to have titles for their beats. You know, a lot of the times it doesn't even have a meaning. It's just because they may have saw a cartoon that day, or, you know, maybe the beat, like, inspired this particular thing. So I'm not sure what made him want to name this particular track Steal Away, but I thought it was a fitting title for just musically and sonically what was going on in the record. And it just inspired a message.
And
really how it came about.
Is that generally how you work, that you'll get the music first and then you'll write the lyrics, or do you write lyrics apart from music sometimes?
Sometimes it depends. I don't really have a straightforward process, but a lot of the times the sound is what influences the song. Or I may sing something, or I may have had am I breaking up again?
No, you're good.
Okay. I may have had a piece of lyric in my phone maybe, or just something. But this particular, for the most part, the sound kind of dictates the song and where it goes.
Do you come from a musical family, or are you the only one that sings?
Interestingly enough, like, not really, but my family is creative. My grandmother's brother, my family's from Barbados, and my grandmother's brother was a recording artist in Barbados, and he kind of like pioneered a specific sound in Barbados called spouge, I forget. But a couple of his sisters sang, and my great grandmother sang. Like, I just remember growing up hearing them have a singing voice, but they never. My great uncle was the only person who actually pursued a career.
Do you have any siblings?
I do have one sister, younger sister.
Can she sing?
But she doesn't sing. My mom doesn't sing. My grandmother doesn't sing. My sister doesn't sing.
Yeah, no, I was curious because my
my
brother is actually an opera singer, and I can't sing to save my life. So it
Vegas
always
is trying to see if he has any pipes that were passed down genetically.
Yeah, no, it's clearly not hereditary.
No, we've tried many times. We've tried to get it out of him.
Let me go ahead and reset the room, and let's play one more of your songs, because I dug the vibe of that first one, and I'd love to get into some more of that. So, for everyone that's just joining us, we are Sapo Studios. Our goal is to bring the majority of profit and ownership rights back into the hands of musicians. We operate under the umbrella of the Notorious Frog NFT project, aka Frogland. Do your own research, but get involved! We have plans to unveil a marketplace where you can buy and sell stems and do a whole lot more, but until then, we're jamming with artists, chatting it up with them about music, life, and NFTs. Today, we have Ashton Martin, who has just the most gorgeous pipes, and we're going to go ahead and feature another one of his songs. Do you have a preference as to what we play next, Ashton?
Because I kind of want the people to hear both of these records, but I will say, let's go with Drive Me Crazy. This is an unreleased record. It will be released.
Another
exclusive.
I love it.
Love it.
I don't know how we get
It
these
just keeps
goodies from
happening.
everybody. You know, everyone's like, "Hey, bro, I just want to." Maybe it's just artists being artists. You know what I mean? They just create and they want to get it out. So
It's also we're giving them a space to do that.
yeah, but they could do it anywhere.
And thanks for that space.
Absolutely. Is there anything you want to say about this song before we play it?
This song's honest to who I am as an artist right here.
Beautiful. All right, this is Ashton Martin with Drive Me Crazy. Let's go.
Give it to me in the pouring rain. Make the summer come back again. Give it to me in the late night. You know I like it when it feels right. Come on, bring it to me, babe. Just how I like it, lady. Make me wanna have your babe. Oh, you know you drive me crazy. Oh, you know you drive me crazy. Oh, you know you drive me crazy. Give it to me in the backseat. Sweat dripping all over me. Withdraws me away from me. Your love is everything I need. Come on, bring it to me, babe. Just how I like it, lady. Please don't keep me waiting, babe. Oh, you know you drive me crazy. Oh, you know you drive me crazy. Oh, you know you drive me crazy. I need you bad like air in the parking lot. Oh, no fear. I always need a hit. Yeah, yeah. Baby, give me it right there. And no matter the time, oh, I don't care. I'm knocking on your walls till you get there. And you know I anticipate when I see you, babe. Come on, bring it to me, babe. Please don't keep me waiting. Give it to me, babe. Oh, yeah. I want you, yeah, to give it to me, babe. Oh, don't you keep me waiting. Give it to me, babe. Oh, don't keep me waiting. Give it to me, babe. Oh, you know you drive me crazy.
Wow. Okay, so first off, ASAP and I, full disclosure, have not been in a dancing mood, and we were both definitely dancing during that song. Second,
I love that.
you sounded like a smoother Lenny Kravitz, and
Bro.
that was awesome.
Yeah, bro,
Thank you
those
very
guitar
much.
licks in there,
Yeah.
bro. I'm just like, man, and you're the vibe that you're just laying down right along with that. I'm like,
Yeah,
it's just
I'm gonna grab my guitar and try to like play to that band.
Hell yeah.
Who are your musical influences?
Prince, Usher, Marvin Gaye, James Brown.
Yeah, and I hear all of that. That's
Yup.
awesome. That's awesome. And living or dead, who would you like just kill to perform with?
Oh my God, Prince, Beyonce, James Brown, Michael Jackson.
I mean, that's an epic list right there.
Yeah, those are it. There's more. I'm
Have
sure.
Have you been
I
singing
can't
your
think
whole
of
life?
anybody. Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz.
Yes.
Have you been singing your whole life?
My aunt likes to say so. My earliest recollection of singing was 10 years old. So, and I'm 33 now. So, yeah, just about.
And did you do any training vocally?
No, I really just kind of realized I had a singing gift and just kept singing and just kept putting myself in situations and just doing my own homework, my own research musically, and just working on my vocal prowess. So,
I have an exciting bit of news to share with you, Ashton, my friend.
Can you hear us clearly,
I
Ashton?
can.
We have very exciting
I was
news.
going to wait for it, but yeah, let's do it.
Oh, well,
Directly-
I don't know. You guys
do
are
it.
flagging
do
me
it.
down
Just
over here.
do it.
directly
All
from
right.
the developers.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live. All right. So, once in a while, something very exciting happens on our show, which is that the Frogland team decides to bless one of our artists with a frog. And they'd like to
frog
do that
NFT.
for you today. And give
my
you
God.
a notorious frog.
So Lollyhops down. I don't know if you can see Lollyhops down.
Yeah, why don't we bring her up?
Lollyhops is an absolute legend. If she wants to come up, I'll bring her up. I'll invite her to speak. But yeah, she
What's
heard,
up, Lolly?
She heard your tunes and she was liking them. So she hit us up and said, you know what? If Ashton would like a frog and would like to be a part of the notorious frog community, by all means, we'll hook him up.
And there she is.
Here
she popped
is.
up.
Lolly, what's going on?
Hey guys,
What is up,
going really
Lolly?
well. How about you?
Good. How's I know you guys are somewhere. How is that place? I'm not gonna dox it.
We are back in the States. We got back from Columbia yesterday and are currently in Cleveland, Ohio for a wedding. So we are having some fun, getting our pre-party in before by listening to you guys before we have to go to the wedding in an hour or so.
Nice.
So
Awesome.
have a fantastic time and just cannot believe how amazing your current artist is. He's current guest artist, I should say.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so this is really a truly cool moment because, I mean, just, this is something that I've said about the Web3 space before, that having access to the teams for these projects is the most invaluable resource that you can have, because this team, Ashton, if you don't already know, is comprised of the most amazing people, people from the flagship team that created PlayStation Home, people from Disney, the Harry Potter films.
Wow.
Like, just powerhouses. And
they're all right.
Yeah, they're pretty good. But no, the fact that we even have any communication with them is amazing. But that they come and listen to the show every week and that they bless some of our artists is just truly amazing. So
Every week they have showed up. Every week, have not missed one. We have missed one just because of IRL.
Yeah, sometimes they're here and we're
They
not.
probably showed up.
Yeah,
still. Yeah, they were probably.
so
yeah.
they are legends, absolute legends.
But Lolly, thank you and thank the rest of the team. This is absolutely unbelievable.
Thank you, Lolly.
Yeah, so excited to bring Ashton into the notorious Frog family, and maybe we'll even put some sort of a song together
Yeah, that'd be fun.
with Ashton about Frogland.
Ashton, do you have any NFTs at the moment?
I have none, literally none.
Okay.
All
Welcome
right,
to
your
the
first
Web3 world,
NFT.
man.
Cherry is popped. Cherry is popped.
Right. So,
Let me
yeah.
tell you something. If you're going to have any NFT as your first NFT, this is an amazing NFT to have as your first NFT.
Yeah, I don't know if you see all these like frog pictures in here. You're going to get one of these frog pictures.
It's so lit.
Yeah. So,
So lit.
I'll talk to you off the show about how to set up a MetaMask and all that safely, and
So
that we can send you a frog.
let's connect this all, right? So how did you first hear about the Web3 space, and what got you interested in getting involved?
Man, I'm trying. I think I know a guy by the name of, I don't know if you're familiar with him, Jake Bob. He's a rapper, photographer, content creator, and he was kind of like hosting these events, educating people about Web3 and about NFTs. And I went to one because I was interested, and I just thought it was really cool. And I'm all about like ownership and fairness as far as artistry goes. So I always wanted to get involved. I had ideas for my own NFT and just things that I wanted to do just based around my artistry and based around things that people already say about me as an artist. So yeah, that kind of sparked it. But I just knew that I kind of felt behind the curve just because I'm like, this thing is already like booming. So yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because once you become aware of it, you feel like you're behind the curve. But to be honest, we're all so early in the space that you're here at just the right time. So to be here now, to be getting a frog, you're in a good place.
Yeah, I mean, bro, I'm just so jazzed for you right now. I am so stoked, and rightly so, yo. You came over and just bled on our show right now. You bled your heart out for us, so that's some amazing work. And we got an exclusive. You heard the exclusive drop here, y'all.
Yeah, you heard it here first. We think.
What do you do to keep your instrument finely tuned, so to speak? Do you have any?
He just goes around all the hotel lobbies humming.
Oh, okay.
To be honest, I mean, even moment of transparency, I could be better with that. But just practicing, just kind of getting out there and like sharing my gift and performing, vocally steaming, doing exercises, all those kind of things.
Do you get overly protective with your voice ever? Because I know, I have a friend who's been on Broadway, and he was doing like 7 performances a week at one point. And it was a musical, so he was singing every night, and there were days where he literally wouldn't speak the entire day so that he could save his voice for the show. I'm wondering, do you engage in any of that, or do you not see that as a necessity and you can kind of do your thing?
That's absolutely the case. I mean, it's pretty hard for me not to say anything for a full 24 hours or sing. But I definitely have my ways of preservation. I like to rest. I like to kind of decompress, like by myself. These shows this particular tour is also, of that kind of intensity, like 4 or 5 shows a week. We started off kind of slow, but once the new year picks up, we're going back on tour. January 1st, we'll be on the West Coast. We'll be in San Fran and Phoenix, Arizona, a couple places in Cali. So it's going to be that intense schedule. So, just everything. Honestly, self-care, like just chilling out, like just getting breeze. But just not wear and tear, staying away from the whiskey,
Yeah.
So.
Do you find that being part of this show has reinforced your music career as an individual artist, and it's helped you kind of get your stuff out there a bit more? Like, do you think...
Not our show, the show you're doing.
Right. No, the Aretha Franklin show. Yes, I think you got that.
Including your show.
But no, like you're talking about, your song is getting a lot of streams right now. Do you think any of that has to do with the fact that you're in that show and, that widespread exposure as you're traveling the country?
That you get to talk to people all around.
In every hotel lobby.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you think that's helping your exposure?
Honestly, like this song in particular has been climbing prior to, but I would definitely say, honestly, this show has been really gratifying in the sense of, I'm a soul singer. Like, I love soul and I love funk music, and I kind of have a thing for rock music. So like this particular show, this is my first tour, by the way, so it's very special to me. Aretha Franklin is a favorite, and it's just an honor to just sing soul music around the country. And, we're reaching a lot of different demographics, older, younger. So it's great to introduce Aretha and these people to these people across the country. And it's also good to, like, spark the nostalgia for people. So I definitely think it's helping me as an artist, me as a performer, as an entertainer. It's kind of reintroducing me to the world as Ashton Martin, not only the singer, the songwriter, but just a full entertainer. So it's been gratifying in that way, and it's really just the perfect first tour for me, just to be able to sing soul music, to be able to talk about music, soul music, blackness, all of these different things that kind of intersect. So it's really a dream come true, honestly.
Yeah, it sounds like an amazing thing to be a part of, and I would love to actually see it. So if there's any information that you can kind of pass along to ASAP, we'll shout that out on Twitter so that anyone that's in one of these places that you're performing can have an opportunity to go see that, because I know personally I'd love to see that show.
And an interesting personal connection. So I work for the Forum concert venue in Inglewood, and that is the first place. Aretha Franklin was the first person to perform at the Forum in 1968.
Wow.
So
all right.
That's
a very
interesting piece of information maybe you could bring up in the show.
Nice little.
ASAP's over here rewriting the
Absolutely.
show.
I'm just kidding.
Yo, Ashton,
But it is a very interesting piece of history and like
Absolutely.
for that building.
small world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very, very bizarre. That happens consistently here, where these guys again they fall into
Have some sort of a connection.
Willy Wonka hole, man. And next thing you know, we're connecting these two dots that should have never even crossed paths. I love it. But I have a question, Ashton. We've had this question for most of the artists, which is the sauce. This started with a couple of our friends, the Avant-Gardians. Shout out Ernie down there. And we asked, because when they're building these beats and this music, like, what is the sauce? What really gets you going, or what builds this energy to create this?
Yeah, what's the secret to the vibe?
Yes. So, what is your secret sauce, Ashton?
Authenticity.
Oh,
I
love
love for people to play a record of mine or even watch a performance and see me in it. So that is really like the best part. It's like, oh, I listen to your music and I feel like I know you. Like I feel like, I can understand who you are as a person or as an artist. And, those, a lot of people kind of separate the artist from the person, and I think there is something great about that. But for me, like the artist and the person is intertwined. Like you don't have Ashton Martin without Ashton Weeks. Like it's just a part of it. So for me, that sauce is like the authenticity and really just like the song is king. So like there's no egos when it comes to creating music and writing music. I'm just looking to make the best, most magical moment within the song.
And I'll tell you something, that authenticity absolutely comes through. So, because you can feel when something is bullshit. Yeah, exactly.
It does. It absolutely does.
In terms of performing something as much as you're doing this Aretha Franklin show, right, with 6-7 performances a week, whether it's your own music that you're performing or you're doing a show like this, how do you keep it fresh? Because obviously you're doing the same music every night and you're, experiencing the same show. These audiences are seeing it for the first time, but you're doing it over and over and over again. I mean, of course, like the Aretha music is amazing and it's inspiring, but at some point, does it become rote and it's hard to keep it fresh?
Not for me, honestly, because I don't really perform the same way twice. Like if you see me one day and then another day, I'm probably going to sing a song a little different. I'm probably going to sing a different riff. I'm probably going to try something new. I'm probably going to hit a different dance move. Just that's my personal way of keeping it fresh. Just because I can't be.
That's cool.
I can't do the same thing like over and over. Like repetition, like that, kind of turns me off.
Yeah,
so
I love that.
I just personally find ways to add something new and try something new. It's just really my playground, honestly.
Yeah, no, I love that. And that kind of makes me curious about when you're recording one of your own songs, how do you know when you're done with it? Because obviously you can have so many different perspectives as to how to approach, a single lyric or the entire song. So you get in there and you've done it one way and then you're like, well, I could also do it this way or that way. And you've got a lot of ideas, obviously. So how do you know when it's something that's ready to go?
I mean, sometimes, songs take time. One of my songs, Mind Freak, took like a year to really complete because, I kind of had the bulk of the song, finished in like a couple weeks. And, of course, schedules and everything is going on. So, I was able to like come back to the song and like listen over and over and like try something new and like, try different ideas. So it's really, I think it's a feeling more importantly. Like you feel when it's done, like you feel when you can't add any more, I hate to be the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type. So
yeah, no, I hear you.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and reset the room one more time, and then we're going to play that last track that you sent us because I just want to hear more and more of your music. So, which I believe is Mind Freak. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It is Mind
Excellent.
Freak.
That's a perfect segue. Yeah. So we are Sapo Studios. Thank you all for being here. Our goal is to bring the majority of profits and ownership rights back into the hands of musicians. We operate under the umbrella of the Notorious Frog NFT project, a.k.a. Frogland. Do your own research.
but get involved. We have plans to unveil a marketplace where you can buy and sell stems and do a whole lot more, but until then, we're jamming with artists, chatting with them about life, music, and NFTs. Today, we've had the pleasure of speaking with Ashton Martin, who has been an unbelievable guest. The Frogland team has blessed him with a frog, which is so freaking cool. Ribbit, y'all.
So lit.
So lit.
So lit.
Dude, just text me and we'll talk about it.
Yes, we'll get that all set up. Absolutely. But we're going to go ahead and play one last song from Ashton. It's his song Mind Freak, which he was just talking about. Took him a year to kind of tinker with until he felt it was done. And that's how music works. Sometimes, it takes 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes a year.
Sometimes.
But you got to trust the process. And as Ashton says, be authentic. So let's go ahead and hear
Yes, sir.
Mind Freak.
Enjoy.
She like her heels high, dress getting tight. She got that get right, yelling that's right. Push her own ride, always on the fly. Never worry about the next cause the shit tight. Probably hit you low key in the late night and put it all the way down like your tongue tied. Come with a price tag, how your bag ride, or you get the peace sign from the backside. She just wanted a little designer. Don't be mad if you can't find her. Now she's up and you vex. Now she's up to the next. She's a freak in the morning, freak in the evening. She's a freak when she's scheming. Freak in the morning, freak in the evening. My freak when she's scheming. My freak when she's scheming. She said, give me all you got. Slam dunk with the rock. Beat, beat on my body, knock, knock. I'm a freak, so I need it non-stop. Whatever you like, I can provide. You know it's wet on demand, better inside. So is you ready or not? Hit me with your best shot. She just wanted a little designer. Don't be mad if you can't find her. Now she's up and you vex. Now she's up to the next. She's a freak in the morning, freak in the evening. She's a freak when she's scheming. Freak in the morning, freak in the evening. My freak when she's scheming. My freak when she's scheming. She's a freak in the morning, freak in the evening. My freak 'cause she's scheming. Freak in the morning, freak in the evening. My freak 'cause she's scheming.
Another banger
Bro.
from Ashton Martin.
3 bangers in a row. That's like Mike Tyson in the ring right there. You get hit 3 times by Mike, you done.
Yeah.
You know, what I really appreciate about an artist like you, Ashton, is the variety, the variation you have between your songs, because there's such a different vibe with those songs,
But
different
there's still
styles.
him.
But yes, there's still very much you coming through, and yeah, it's just your voice is beautiful and your music's awesome. So really, really appreciate you being here
Thank
today.
you, man.
Bro,
Thank you.
every day was worth it on that. Every second was worth that.
Yeah,
Dude,
that whole year
Yeah.
That beat,
was worth
bro,
it.
the drop,
Yeah.
everything. Yo, that shit bangs. I was just sitting there. I was like, bro, if this is in the club, bro, this is gonna get some people going. You know what I mean?
You actually said it a little differently.
Yeah, I
but-
did.
Yeah,
I
you
did.
were a little bit more crass when the
Yeah.
rest of the
Yeah.
audience couldn't
A little
hear
more
you.
graphic,
Whatever.
if you will.
I would
With-
never.
With how
I would
with how
never.
the females will feel when they're dancing with their man.
Oh, right. Easy does it there.
Sorry.
So I know I know that you've given us a lot of time today, Ashton, already, and that you're on the bus and you're doing your thing. I just wanted to see if you have 5 more minutes for any questions or comments our audience here might have.
Absolutely.
Or if your whole crew just wants to sing us a little ditty.
Easy does it.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
you're asking a
That's
lot.
a big ask. That's a big ask.
Gabriel's always, Shy Papoose over here is always, overextending the ask. But that's how you get people on our show. So good
But
job.
let me tell you something. Good ear hearing this guy hum and knowing that he was,
Could tell
an
from the hum, man.
unbelievable
Could
artist.
tell from the hum. That was no normal hum.
That was no normal hum.
It was no normal hum.
Well, listen, if anyone in the audience does want to hop up, now would be the time because Ashton only has a couple more minutes before he has to keep heading on the road with his crew to do this amazing Aretha Franklin show. We've really appreciated him being here today. We appreciate the Frogland team for giving him a notorious frog and welcoming him not only to the Frogland community, but to the NFT space because this is Ashton's first NFT, which is so fucking
And when
cool.
we were sitting at the bar, he was talking about like figuring, having plans to do an NFT. Then he's been kind of thinking about it. So I think we got some talking to do, Ashton. We could definitely help you out.
Maybe that's one of the shows we
Yes,
do.
we do.
As a consultant sort of like show for musicians that may not be super aware of how to do these things. I mean, maybe that's also very dangerous because we end up getting all of these people rugged. But, we'll figure that out.
All right. It doesn't look like anyone has any questions, and I know that you're in the middle of that chaos on the bus there. Yeah,
Bro, you swooned them, man.
We got a shy audience today. It's okay. I guess I asked all the questions that they wanted to hear today.
Damn it,
That's fine.
Bingus.
That's fine. But listen, thank you once again for being here. It was so cool speaking with you, and really an honor just listening to your process, listening to your music, and I can't wait to see what those tour dates are for the Aretha show. I'm hoping that you're coming somewhere close so that I can go and see that.
Yeah, that'd be super
Yes,
cool just to get some
absolutely.
FaceTime
So
IRL.
please, everyone, if you can hear my voice, go to respectontour.com. They have all the available dates right now, and it will be updated for next year as well.
Fantastic.
Also, if you want to look me up, I am ASHTNMRTN. That's Ashton Martin, one word, one vowel, which is the A. Literally everywhere you could Google that, you could put it in .com, everywhere. Thank you guys. So
Thank
much.
you. Yeah, it was a true pleasure. This was an awesome show. So really appreciate you being here.
Yeah, I had a
Thank you.
blast, brother.
It was very, very good to
So
meet
much
you,
fun.
man. And thank you for following through and coming on because this was an amazing conversation. Your music is amazing. And
Good luck with the rest of your tour.
absolutely.
Yeah, and also
Thank you so much, guys.
if you need any, just straight up talks on the back end about NFTs and sort of the community aspect, or
Oh,
anything
we're
like
going to
that,
have those talks.
We'll be here
Yeah.
for you, my
Yeah.
man.
You just reach out.
Yes, let us continue this conversation.
Absolutely.
Love
Well, thank you all for being here today. Thank you to Frogland for, being the glue.
Thank you, Frogland.
Thank you, Frogland. Thank you, Frogland, for being the glue that holds this all together. We wouldn't be here without you, and we love you so much. Everyone enjoy the rest of your Saturday and the rest of your weekend. We love you all, too. Thank you for being here. Sapo Studios out.